Well, hey there, folks. Bill O'Leary here in this video. What I'm going to talk about is the rights that trust beneficiaries have. So in this video, you're going to learn basically three things. One, you're going to learn the fact that beneficiaries of a Florida trust have certain rights, number one. Number two, what those rights are. And three, what can be done if the trustee does not do their job, let's say, or maybe does something that infringes on any of those rights. First, let me quickly introduce myself. I'm an experienced estate planning attorney, elder law. I do probate and that sort of work. And my firm is Legacy Planning Law Group in Jacksonville, Florida. So let's jump right in. Look, if you're the beneficiary of a trust, what's called a qualified beneficiary, which is a defined term under our trust law, you have certain rights. State law guarantees that these types of trust beneficiaries have the legal right to access information about their share of the trust, what's called their beneficial interest. Trust beneficiaries are entitled to receive adequate information regarding, let's say, the assets of the trust, information about how the trust is being managed, any income and expense items that go in and out of the trust, and that the trust otherwise generates, and they're entitled to other similar types of information. So let me drill down just a little bit on some specific things, specific rights that qualified beneficiaries have. Number one, that the trustee has a duty to administer the trust according to what the legal trust document says and according to what Florida law says. So the beneficiaries have a right to demand that and expect that. The trust document is going to spell out how the trust makers' intentions were in terms of who's going to get what, when, and how. And the fact is that the trustee cannot freelance. They're bound to follow the terms of the trust, basically to carry out the rules of the road that were laid out by the trust maker. So that's the first right that they have, to expect that of the trustee. Number two, they have a right to expect the trustee to act solely in the best interest of the beneficiaries. So basically, the trustee has to place the interest of the trust beneficiaries above all others, including their own personal interest. The trustee cannot, feather their own nest and benefit personally to the detriment of the beneficiaries, because in fact, the trustee acts in what's called fiduciary role, the highest legal duty that there is, by the way. Third, beneficiaries have a right to demand that the trustee perform all of their duties in good faith. Everything a trustee does in administering a trust should be done to the best of their ability and without any what's called self-dealing, feathering your own nest, and without any conflicts of interest. Number four, the beneficiaries have a right to insist that the trustee be impartial. In fact, Florida law requires trustees to treat all beneficiaries equally. The trustee cannot show any preference for one beneficiary over the other, or maybe apply different standards among beneficiaries. 5, the trustee has to protect and defend the trust when called upon. Trustees should take steps to defend, let's say, any claims that are made against the trust property, or on the flip side, to enforce any claims of the trust against somebody else, maybe such as using trust funds to secure an asset for the trust, or maybe filing a lawsuit against someone in order to defend the trust in court. The trustee has to do that. This also includes dealing with former trustees, somebody that used to be a trustee but is not anymore, and collecting trust property and records from previous trustees. In addition, beneficiaries have a right to demand that the trustee use and invest trust assets prudently. There are strict rules for holding and investing and spending trust assets. So trust property, like let's say cash or stock bonds and real estate, they should be held entitled in the name of the trust. No commingling is allowed. So the trustee cannot sort of mix those trust assets with their own personal assets. And any expenses incurred by the trustee should be limited, should be reasonable, and certainly should be well documented. A beneficiary also has the right to object to any, let's say, professionals that maybe the trustee is paying with trust money let's say brokers, accountants, realtors, other third parties employed by the trustee if the beneficiary has a reason to question that. The trustee also has to make distributions to the beneficiaries in a timely manner. So trustees should not hold distributions or inheritances any longer than necessary. All trust distributions should be made as soon as sort of the outstanding issues are resolved. And if a beneficiary makes a request regarding the trustee should respond with a decision and a clear reason, and provide that decision and rationale within a reasonable time. And then finally, what the beneficiaries have a right to expect, their rights, is that the trustee provide relevant information about the trust. So Florida law requires trustees to keep what are referred to as qualified beneficiaries reasonably informed of the trust and what's going on with its administration. It includes getting a copy of the trust document, including any amendments, and delivering an annual accounting showing all trust gains, losses, and distributions. And oh, by the way, finally, if the trustee refuses to provide information, beneficiaries always have the right to enforce their rights in court with the help of a trust attorney. So if, hey, you'd like to know just a little bit more about the rights that trust beneficiaries, qualified beneficiaries have, and maybe how we can help, we'd love to talk to you. So we would invite you to go ahead and have a free discovery phone call with us. Go ahead and schedule it. Very easy. Go to the scheduling link at the bottom of this video. Just pick the day and time that works for you. If you've enjoyed this video, would ask that you like it. Better yet, share it with your friends. Just trying to get the word out. And if you haven't already done so, do subscribe to our YouTube channel. So this is Bill O'Leary signing off for now. Go make it a great day and a better world.